What up, what up, what up? Bankroll Tim, bedded up. Yes, I'm still on the Landau. We started on the front of the Landau before doing the Monte Carlo because we knew that the wheels wouldn't be in, and the wheels are still not in. The wheels are still not in. So, all right, so back here with what's going on in the back, it kind of sucks. Like I was saying about how the notch was done. They should have just did the full rail, this and that. As you can see, this side, I got it mapped out of how I'm gonna cut it and stuff like that. I did the same marks on the other side before I cut every plate out. Took longer to cut it out because of that section that's welded in right there. But there's pictures on my IG that show, there's like a 10 picture clip, and it shows like the basics of everything that I did. So here we are at the part of, I have it all plated in and fully welded. And once again, all right, that's 3/16, that's 3/16, that's 3/16. Got the little curve back here, still a little warm. This is where I was just welding. Boom. Filled in all the holes. That little triangle, round hole, filled in those holes, bam. So now I will polish this up. Like I said, I put a lot of weld, I fill a lot of gaps so that way there's plenty of weld in there. So when I polish it up, to keep it looking like basically a stock frame rail, and then when some paint goes on there, it's gonna look good. It's not gonna be all jagged. I mean, those welds, you know what I'm saying? They're not jagged, but a lot of debris inside the frame. Like I said, the black sand, grime. I don't know if there was just so much sand in the frame, and they undercoated it, and you know, the shit just being on the back of here. And as you're welding, then it starts running down the back of here. Then it gets down into the bottom area. So when you're welding this stuff and the back of it, I cleaned the back of it with the grinder. You know, I cleaned it, all this piece, and the back piece. I ground it, but there's still shit back there that once you start welding up here, you know, it gets this hot, and then it starts running down to the bottom. Then it builds up on the inside of the frame, and you already got the plate in there, stuff like that. So notching and stuff like that, I say with the back stuff, if you don't clean it up that good, weld your whole bottom first. I mean, it's still gonna get heat and it's still gonna drip, but clean it all up the best you can. Welding, when you're welding, obviously the cleaner it is, the better it is to weld. I see some people out there trying to weld stuff that's just completely rust or dirty and this and that, and they wonder why it's boogering up and stuff like that. You'll get, you know, some stuff that'll roll out and be kind of like a hollow wind. The wind to take the gas away. Right now today it's windy. As you can see, well, it was just moving, damn it. But the wind will blow your gas away, and then it'll bubble up and act like there's no gas because the wind is blowing the gas away. So you guys out there, if you're ever, you know, trying to weld stuff and it's hot, and you got a fan by you and you're welding and you can't figure out why it's not welding that good, well, that's why, because the fan is blowing the gas away. Flow on the tank, I flow at like 25 to 30 on the gas flow on that machine, which that machine, it's a 180 Lincoln. It works fine for everything that I'm doing, you know. You really don't need a bigger machine than that. They do have the the Hobarts, like the one I used to have was a 110 220, so you could plug it in either way. That was actually a decent machine for, you know, anybody that out there at home doing it by yourself, you know, in the garage when you get home from work and shit like that. Hobart, I think it was a 140. It worked good for welding. Yeah, it's a mess in here. It's tight in here. I got the hood for the Nova. That might have been on the last video. I don't know. Put the hood on it, bam, it's sitting here. I'm probably gonna end up pushing it out back because it's actually in the way, and I hate all the clutter as it is. So yeah, I don't know if I put this on the last video. Got the upper control arms on there, as you can see. You got the lowers, got the Viking coilovers in there, all that stuff's on there. Parts had to be replaced because the parts were used on somebody else's job, this, that, whatever. I was ranting about that before, so yeah, I did put this on there. But took the ball joint, flipped it from the top to the bottom, bam. I might end up having to run a spacer. This is a 26. I wanna try to keep the car as low as I can with the 26 on there. So I still gotta get the tie rods and the tie rod sleeves and the brakes. And then we will have the front damn near 100. So that's that. So we got the back rim, as you can see right here. It's a 24, but this is what we're using to mock up the back of the car because it's Forgiato. Obviously there's Forgiatos going on the car. This is 8-inch slip, 7-inch slip, 8-inch slip, whatever. Same offset, same back barrel, everything. So this is a by 11, so it's 12 overall. So I mean, that's pretty damn fat. But being 12 overall, obviously you've done plenty of cars with being a 12 and 13 overall. So yeah, there's still a lot of people out there that just don't understand that. From this back edge of this lip to this, if you put a tape measure on here, and it, any wheel, whatever, and it measures 12, that means it's a by 11 because of how this curves out. Even your stock wheels, the Nova, for example, right here, that wheel is a skinny ass wheel right there. So that's probably a by 6, a 14 by 6. It may be even skinnier than that, but it's gonna measure by 7. Any wheel will always measure wider than the by 9, by 10, by this. So when people say, oh yeah, I got a 13 wide back rim on my car, you know, a G-body with a 13 wide rim, this and that, blah, blah. No, you got a by 12, which is 13 overall. So people be wanting to fake it. Fake it till you make it. I don't know. I'm just rambling, just talking. But yeah, it's a badass wheel. Badass wheel, all chrome. But that's for mock-up on the Landau. Obviously the front's on there because we couldn't put another wheel on there because of the big ass brakes. And the back would be the same because the back has the same big ass brake. The 9 inches back there, I haven't fabbed it up yet because I've been working on the damn frame rails. It's taking a little bit longer. I had some other shit I had to do the other day. This fire system that got put in the building, the new fire system. They had to do inspections and this and that, and then there was a safety part of it, this and that. So then today, again, I had to be here early as hell, and they had to go through and do all these checks and this and that, blah, blah. Well, anyways, I got an extension cord, see it right there, that comes from that, how do you say it, GFI socket, or maybe that one's not, but anyways, the extension cord comes from there, it goes over here, boom, and you see my mess on the wall. But that's got a circuit breaker in it for that strip plug. That one's got a circuit breaker in it, so it would shut it off. But they didn't like this and how it's one extended cord, which I just need to hardwire, you know, come off of that box because there's plenty of power in there. Come across, put a 4, and then run the strip plugs off that. But it's not stopping me. They're not, you know. There was other people making it sound like they were gonna make it to where I couldn't come in here and work, and that would have pissed me off. But still in here, still working, still dealing with other shit. Today I actually sat here and wrote down some parts and shit like that, and text people back some part information and stuff like that. Text a couple people back, called Alex at Your Chassis, made an order for an upcoming cutlass that's going to be getting done. You know, get everybody to get their parts. Could have sworn somebody just pulled up. But anyways, everybody get their parts and stuff like that, and I obviously let you know the correct parts to get, what to get, so that way you guys ain't wasting your money. These level 1, level 2, level 3 QA1 kits and stuff like that, you can't use on big wheel cars. I mean, you got a basic lip, then you can use the sway bar that comes with it. If you got a small wheel, you can leave the non-adjustable lower control arms in it. There's just shit with the kits. If you want it to be bolt-in, yeah, whatever. Custom fabrication, your wheel's wider, your deeper lip, you need to narrow it, this, that. You gotta move the lower control arm boxes in. You know, if you're going over a couple more inches than just an inch or so, you gotta move the boxes in. Makes everything cleaner, everything easier, more adjustable, the car will be worth more, shit like that. There's still a lot of people out there doing these cars so nasty and just ruining good cars, you know. Reputable shops, this, that, whatever. Then you got the shops out there that are doing stuff at 90 miles an hour, okay? They got the crew to do things at 90 miles an hour, cool. You hear people say this, people say that, you know, everybody's gonna hate this, that, what, this place's cars don't ride as good as yours. Oh, this place, you know, did this better than you. Oh, blah, blah, whatever, you know. Plenty of stuff out there, this and that. It's up to you as the customer to do your research. If someone's got a real cheap price, it's probably why they got a cheap price. And if someone's got an expensive price and you don't see where that expensive price could have possibly came from, because, you know, you got stock springs still in, or a car's got stock springs in it with some knuckles in it and this and that, blah, blah. No. Some people will want to sit there and talk shit and say that coilovers, oh, they ride so rough, oh, this and that. If you do not have the correct rate spring, yes, your shit will. You can play with those knobs all you want on that coilover and you're not going to get it to ride right. You'd be too stiff. I've been doing this a long time. I probably put the most coilovers on cars and the longest of putting coilovers on cars. I know the numbers. I know what carb, this, that, whatever, how much weight you're going to run in the trunk and stuff like that, and I can get you the exact spring that you need, you know. The Monte Carlo left the other day, and I asked dude, you know, I was like, just let me know how it rides, this and that. And the next day he said he felt like the back was a little bouncy, and I was like, it's got a 250 spring in it and your trunk is completely empty. Once he does his sounds and all that stuff and dynamats the trunk or whatever, then, I mean, we're talking a little bit of bounce. There was not like bang, bang, bouncing all over the road, just a little, you know. So there you go, me being 100% honest and dealing with the shit I've been dealt and stuff like that. And I caused all of it, whatever. I let shit happen, you know, whatever. But yeah, Bankroll Tim, bedded up, Landau. I know. I take forever with shit. I'm one guy. I can't get back to everybody. Sorry that I can't get back to everybody. I've been trying to get back to everybody. I cleared out all my Facebook messages on both my pages, Timothy Groin page, the Bedded Up Custom page, Facebook. I just cleared them out. There was hundreds and hundreds of them, going back 2 years. And recently, in the last couple months, the more I say that I'm backed up, I can't get back, the more and more people are hitting, which is fine. It's just, some people just need, you know, a basic notch, or some people just need little stuff. I'm trying to get to where it's one job at a time, and maybe, you know, obviously the quick stuff here. This one would have been back left. My red car is going to be back right. And the little stuff can come in, you know, a rear end narrow, in the door, a frame notch, in the door, in, out. The bigger jobs, you know, the little jobs are where the money's at. The bigger jobs, you end up spending a lot more time on the job, and when it breaks down, you're really not making that much money as being one person. Now, when you have a crew and everybody's got their job to do and they get the car in there and they, boom. I've never had a crew, and I had somebody sucking me dry for years, just unbelievable. You know, that's sparking up some more shit about my shop being backed up and this and that, and then, you know, that person using me as an excuse for why his customers' cars to his customers that he, you know, couldn't get that stuff done because I was having him do this or that. You know, just straight BS. It's like, be 100. If you can't do the job and can't get the job in and get it done, don't take it in. People are mad at me because I won't take their cars in right now, and I can't. You know, it's not fair if I take your car in right now and then your car is sitting here for 3-4 months when I got the shop next door. I should have never got the shop next door, and that's what it ended up being. All the cars, I came in, boom, and I put them over there, and then the money just got, you know, on this, on this, on that. But again, to this day, right now, since I've been in this shop, this would be 3.5 years. That is the only car. That car has been here that long. Has been here that long. But that's the only car now. And it took me, basically, by myself to get all these cars completely caught up. From 20-something cars to that one being the oldest one that I've had. And it's slowly moving. And if it wasn't such a big-ass job, and if everything was caught all the way up and had the little jobs coming in here, I'd have more done on that. But it's moving. It's moving. I'm not 100% blaming everybody else or a certain person or this or that, but a lot of people added to the fuckery that I've had to deal with. And again, it's my fault. I allowed it to happen. I should have fucking took a stand a long time ago and had a smaller shop and kept a smaller shop and didn't let people come around me. Anyways, y'all, Bankroll Tim bedded up. The shop is a mess. There is dirt everywhere. I've been grinding and grinding and grinding. And this frame, again, when I cut this side open, I'm gonna show you guys. There is this powder sand, like I said, it must be like a silica sand or maybe sand from like back roads or something. I don't know, but the frame was just completely full. So let's see if I can get in here and grab some of this shit. This side doesn't seem to be as bad, but it's just like a gritty, see that? Hold on, let's focus. It's like a gritty, but I don't know, I don't get it. I don't get what they did. Somebody at one point did whatever. But all right, y'all, Bankroll Tim. Londo, I'm out.